When did helping someone completely destroy your life? My brother showed up at my door with nothing but a backpack and a fake smile, and he told me it was temporary just until he got back on his feet, so I believed him because I always trusted him. Growing up, I was the one who covered for him every time he messed up, and when he was late to class, I said it was my fault, and when he lost our bike, I said I forgot to lock it, and when he got caught shoplifting, I begged my mom not to kick him out, because I always thought that's what brothers were supposed to do, pick up the pieces no matter how many times they got broken. So when he told me he lost everything, his apartment, his job, his friends, I didn't even think twice, and I let him stay in the guest house behind my home, but not inside the main house because I wasn't stupid. And I told him it was for 3 months maximum, enough time to save some money, find a new job, and start over. At first it was fine, and he was quiet, stayed alone, and thanked me every once in a while, and I caught myself feeling proud, thinking maybe this time he was really trying. But little problems started adding up, and packages went missing from my porch, and money disappeared from the mailbox when checks came in, and when I asked him about it, he shrugged and told me thieves were everywhere these days. He started borrowing my truck without asking, and came back once with a dent in the side door, and told me someone must have bumped it at the store, but left no note or sorry, just said things like, "That happened." My wife noticed more than I did, and she told me he gave her weird looks sometimes, and when she was gardening, he'd stand too close and say jokes that didn't feel like jokes, but I told her she was imagining it, and he was family, and he wouldn't cross a line like that, because that's what I always did. Then one Friday night, everything fell apart. I got off work early, hoping to surprise everyone, and I even thought about getting pizza so we could all have dinner together, and feel like a normal family for once. But when I pulled into the driveway, the lights in the guest house were on, and loud music was playing, and cars parked along the curb that I didn't recognize. And when I walked to the back, I froze. Strangers in my backyard holding drinks, throwing trash on the lawn, and one guy was even using my fence like a bathroom. So I pushed through the mess and stormed into the guest house. And inside, my brother was sitting on my couch, laughing with drink in hand and a girl on his lap. But he barely looked at me when he saw me. He just grinned and told me I was home early and I should grab a beer, like it was normal to turn my home into a frat party. And then I saw it on the security monitor we set up to watch the property, showing live video, and it was him, walking into my main house earlier that day with a girl, going straight to my bedroom and closing the door. I didn't even think, but grabbed him by the shirt and pushed him out the door and screamed at him to leave my property and never come back. And I didn't care that his friends were watching, or the neighbors were hearing, or that he looked confused, like he didn't know why I was so angry. I threw his backpack onto the lawn and slammed the door behind him, and for the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty, but felt free. And that night, I sat on the couch next to my wife, looking at the mess outside, and something inside me hurt, but it didn't come from anger. It came from knowing that no matter how much you love someone, some people don't want to be saved.